Welcome back to our course on PSE 15. In this section we're going to look at saving selections. One situation you might well get to is that you're working on a complex, perhaps quite important image, and you've either made a selection or you're part way through making a selection. You need to leave it for a while and come back and want to continue to be able to work on that selection. Well, the good news is that you can save a selection with a PSD file. This particular sheet is saved now as sheet1.psd in the course files folder. If I want to save the selection, then all I've got to do is click on the select menu, click on save selection. It can either be a new selection or an update to an existing one, and I'm going to call it main sheep. That's the name of my selection. Click on OK, and the selection is now saved as part of the PSD. Let me close the PSD file itself. Now let me open it again in the usual way. There's my sheep. If I go to the select menu, one of the options is load selection. I'm given a list of the available selections that go with that PSD. Of course, there is only one at the moment, main sheep. I have the option to invert the selection, click on OK, and there is my selection ready for me to carry on working on it. Now, one important point to bear in mind here, if I just go back to that load selections option again, I wouldn't necessarily have to be working on the sheep when I loaded the sheep selection. I may, for instance, have been doing something else within an image, perhaps selecting some of the grass, and I could select the option Add to Selection, and the main sheep selection would be added to whatever I'd selected at that time. Similarly, I could use Subtract From or Intersect With. So I could be using that sheep selection in conjunction with something else that I was in the process of selecting already. So that's an important point to bear in mind. That's the end of this section. I'll see you in the next one.